And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're going to take a look at a game called OSS. O-S-S. The name, you're like going to be the best big chief by playing the OSS game. Now, how can you play this game so well? Well, I'll tell you this. The quote here is, "The jacks are back." Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you know that game? In America, it's a ball, you bounce up and grab jacks. In other countries, there's little things that you throw up in the air and then grab something off the table. Yes, this is a jacks variant. Let me show you. Here's the game. You have several jacks here. The black and white ones are the ones that you'll be using to throw up in the air. Usually these are your other jacks that you'll place down. There are 3 decks of cards. Each deck has a slightly different shade of a background color. And you'll turn over the top one of each of these decks. These are 3 different tricks you can try. There's a dueling trick over here. Each player is going to get a hand or a deck of cards with a different background. So we have fire and deer, because, well, I don't know why. In this card deck, you have 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, and 2 4s. So you're going to shuffle this deck, and you're going to draw some cards into your hand. 5 of them that you'll have in your hand. Each round of the game, then there's 4 rounds of the game, each player is going to take one of the cards from their hand and place it by one of the tricks. So players can place multiple cards at the same trick like this, and players have, different opportunities. So let's say, for example, these are the way that the cards were placed for the trick. Since green is the only person who placed a card at this trick, green will try this trick by himself. These 2 guys, they both went for the same trick. They're moved over, and they will do a duel trick where they'll fight against each other. These are the first 2 cards played here, so the green and purple card also move over to the duel, and then the orange one will do this trick by himself. Let me show you an example of these tricks here. So let's take a look here, for example, at Maradona. In Maradona, you're going to throw a jack up into the air and then knock pieces between 2 cards. So let's say I had played the number of the card that you play is very important here. So let's say I played a 3 card by it. That means I'm going to need to do 3. So I take these drum cards. These drum cards are in the game for this very purpose. And so I'm going to put these drum cards here, and then I'm going to throw these jacks here. I 3. So I take 3 jacks and I throw them there like that. Oh, that's not going to be fun. So now I take my jack that I'm going to throw in the air, and I do it. Okay, I got 1 in between the goals. Let's try it again. I dropped it and I failed. Now I can try to do it again by discarding a card from my hand and throwing it away. And if I eventually succeed, the card that I played, the number of jacks that I'm doing, is how many points I'm going to get. I get to keep that, otherwise I failed. Let's take a look at another one here, the Kuda Kuda card. The Kuda Kuda one, this one tells you that you are supposed to do the jacks. So let's say I did this one with all 4. So I throw the jacks here for Kuda Kuda, and I need to throw the jack up in the air and grab a piece with my other hand. So I do it like this, and then catch a jack with my other hand, and then reverse, and then reverse again, and then reverse again. Did it. Yeah, in your face. Now, if there's a duel, the 2 people are playing at the same time. So in instance, for this one, this Boggy duel, you'll put a bunch of drum cards that are here next to the table, and you'll put some jacks here in the middle. One person's given the white one, the other person's giving the black one, and then on your turn, you're supposed to throw the jack up and toss one to your side of the table, and the other person's doing it. You have to catch a jack. If you drop the jack, you instantly lose. The other person wins. Otherwise, whoever has more on either side wins. And now these are just a few of the tasks that there are. There are quite a few different tasks involved in the game, and if you don't know how to do a task, or the rules aren't clear enough to explain it, and they aren't, there is a QVC code here, a QR code that you can scan, and it takes you to a video that shows you someone who's amazingly good with jacks and will make you feel stupid, and you can watch a video of them doing it on the internet. When everything is done, you'll wipe these cards, you'll turn over the next card, but before you do that, there is a challenge card drawn from the challenge deck, and this challenge deck here is going to be something that everyone's going to play at the same time. For example, here, this Kirikanos. This one, everyone has to put a jack in their hand, and then when you say go, you're going to flip it and have it land on the back of your hand. And there we go. And you keep doing that till somebody loses. Once everyone loses, they're out, and you keep going till one person's left in, and that person wins that card, which will be worth points. In this instance, 4 points. Then you start the next round with new cards, and you do this 4 rounds, and whoever has the most points is the winner. All right. Us is Jacks Deluxe. I don't know how many people around the world thought, you know, Jacks is fun. I wish there was more to it. Let's see what kind of cool tricks we can make up. All right, so I played this with different groups. One group was a dud because no one was good at Jacks. And if you're not good at Jacks, this is like, you want to throw it, it's dumb, stupid. If you are good at Jacks, even then, it's kind of just, it seems to be much ado about nothing. Sure, there's funny moments as you watch people do stuff. This is a much more entertaining game to watch than it is to play. And I grant that. And there may be some of you out there who are thinking, wow, what a great idea. Let's take Jacks and do cool things with it. But other than that, I mean, for me, I always play my high cards because I'm pretty bad at it anyway, so I might as well go for as many points as possible. And ditching cards for a retry, you have 8 cards and there's only 4 rounds, so you might as well ditch one every round if possible. The duels were fun to watch, not so much fun to be partaking of. I had to use the QVC, why do I keep saying QVC? The QR codes to look at the videos because the rules, I wasn't always sure what they meant, and the little picture in the card, no idea what that stands for half the time. So, it sounds like I'm coming down pretty hard in this game, and I'm a little, but it's just, it has cool pieces, it's a cool idea, but really, where's the audience? The kids who play Jacks? Does anyone even play Jacks anymore? I mean, I'm sure it happens, and my kids have played it in the past, I suppose, and for them, this might be an interesting thing, but I think the game is slogged down by the fact that every time you have to say, okay, stop, this is what this card means, this is what this card means, this is what this card means, and then you have this convoluted play cards, and you go to a duel, and it adds a lot of stuff and doesn't need to be there. This is a game that didn't need to be made, I think. But I mean, I applaud them for trying. It's just that the end result, you go, how does this really improve basic Jacks? Well, it improves it a little if you want all these cool, neat things, but I don't know. This is definitely not for me. I can see some people liking it, but I also think that this is a game that we'll see disappear off the shelves very soon because I think the audience is too small.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!